to a brand new episode of Project Analysis Series. Today we are going through the Orie. What a unique name. Where is Orie located at?
Orie is located in Toa Payoh. One of the latest launch that is coming and the first one that is coming in year of 2025. So targeted preview date 3rd January. Latest you will go is 10 Jan. But 3rd Jan is quite firm, which means that we will launch about 1.5 weeks before Chinese New Year, the booking day. Developer want to make sure that we are going to cross the Chinese New Year period. And that's the reason why we are coming in right after the New Year, which means that after the school reopen, then you all can actually come by to see the show flat. So why is it called Orie? They actually took the idea of origami. I think one thing about Toa Payoh that is very, very unique is actually the dragon, the dragon playground that we have, the last one. Actually, right in Orie, there's one dragon playground that they actually use.
That's quite an iconic one.
Yeah, correct.
No wonder the logo itself also look a bit like that.
Yes, correct. But of course, these are some of the ideas. But most important is today we are not going to run through the ideas of the architect or whichever.
Yeah.
But the main thing that we want to go through today is what are the possible layout that we want to consider. What are the possible unit type that I think is going to be hot selling. And if you are targeting certain type of units, if you are thinking about buying Orie, how to prepare yourself, whether is there a chance you can get a unit if you are queue, like what we have seen in Chuan Park and EOK.
Yeah, the queue number you have don't used to be an issue, but however, I would think our main concern here is that a lot of buyers who did not get Chuan Park or Emerald Katong or even Nava Grove, there is a very high chance that they might be brought over to this project. So do be prepared, and also for this project, we strongly also suggest, if you can, go for bulk purchase.
Yes. For Chuan Park, it will be directly related to Orie. Why do I say that? Because the location-wise is actually quite near. Which means that people who are looking to buy Chuan Park 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, who can't get a unit of their ideal, they will directly come to Orie.
Correct.
Okay, but for EOK, all this, I think maybe not so directly impact, but those 2-bedroom buyers or 1-bedroom buyers or maybe the smaller 3-bedroom investors, this spillover effect that definitely will come over. So recently, because of all the big launches coming in, and we have seen that there's so much buyer in the market, 3,000 over checks for EOK, which means that there's still a plenty amount of buyers that come by that didn't buy anything. They're still looking around. Just based on the dropout unit of EOK, 13 units, there's 813 checks, I think. So just the 13 dropout unit, there's 800 over people wanting to fight over that. So you can see how is the ground like.
It's quite scary to be frank.
It's quite scary. End of the day, I think to be honest, Orie will be having the same situation. If you are looking at 2-bedroom, today the video we will try to cover everything, which means that in terms of what queue, you definitely, the chances are not so high.
I think this thing we did not really cover in our previous analysis, because it's extremely important for you to determine whether or not you should still proceed with the balloting, or rather proceed to head down to the balloting center on the day.
Yes, so that's one thing, but most important is not just whether should we head down. Most important is, let's say you have a target, you want to buy, you have a budget of 1.8 million, for example, you want to buy a 2-bedroom plus study, for example. Then after that, you got a certain queue number. We tried our best to cover in this video, if you have certain budget and you want to buy a certain type of bedroom, in terms of your queue number, you have a few choices. We'll tell you what you can do. First is you downsize to a smaller unit. Second is you have to be prepared to upsize, which means that you have to calculate your finances, everything. The most important thing that we want to happen to us is we go over to the balloting, we go over to the booking, we hope that we can get a unit, which our turn is slightly exceed our budget, and because of the stress that we are having there, we go and buy out the range that we can. Or we actually can afford one, but we never calculate properly, then we didn't buy. So this is the things.
So actually, even I think we had this discussion also. Even if you have a super duper good queue number, also don't be complacent, because there's also a chance that you might choose the wrong unit to purchase as well. So this is everything that we are going to cover in today's analysis. Okay.
So 2 type of queues that we don't like front queue and back queue. To be honest, not say front queue not good. Front queue you can make mistakes.
Too many options.
Middle queue is the most straightforward. Got what, you buy what. So I see a lot of front queue people buy wrong units. That's the thing that we want to make sure that we don't want to go through. And like what Joy mentioned, very important, if you really love this Orie development and you really want to buy something, it's good that you can start to ask around your family members whether there is any possibility that you can have a bulk purchase. Based on the last launch in Norwood Grand,
Oh, I tell you, EOK, because the bulk purchase at that point of time looks like a public launch.
Yes, correct. But EOK one, they actually block off like certain level you can buy for bulk.
Yeah.
But EOK and Chuan Park is one tier link, which means that the bulk purchase have to be direct relationship. Parents with kids, siblings, direct. Based on Norwood Grand, but I can't guarantee for Orie. Based on Norwood Grand, which is by CDL, it's a 2-level link, which means that you can go up to grandparents and grandchildren. I don't know whether it will be the same here. I can't guarantee, but there is a possibility because this is what happened in Norwood Grand. So start to ask around if you really are looking to buy, because you never ask, you never know. But when you ask, sometimes maybe they got a house that they need to sell. But when you ask too late, they no time to sell the house. But I ask early, then they will say, I'm actually looking at buying this property too. Also, then you can actually join.
We can work something out for you.
Yes, correct. Just look at the building. This is the 240-story building of Orie, which is going to be very iconic in the whole of Toa Payoh.
Yep.
In the last 8 to 9 years, if you take 2025, last 9 years, there's totally no launch in Toa Payoh. But I do not want to just say the last 9 years because if you look back into history, Toa Payoh is a very old town. Okay? Old town means that by right should have a lot of residential.
Yes.
Correct? But do you know how many condos there is in Toa Payoh? So up to now, don't talk about District 12 because District 12 it consists of a lot in Balestier.
Yeah.
Balestier and Toa Payoh is a very big difference. Toa Payoh is still a very heartland town, which means that a lot of people would like to stay there. Balestier is a bit not so well sought after. So usually people like Toa Payoh and Novena. The in-between Balestier is the places that people will tend to avoid because it's not as residential as
there is also a lot of like freehold and boutique projects in Balestier itself.
Then nighttime is a bit messy, the whole place is not so family orientated. These are things like, if we take the whole Balestier got a lot of condo. Just in Toa Payoh, in the last 30, 40, 50 years, Gem Residence, Trivista, Trilis Tower, Orlando Tower, only 4. 4 plus this one, Orie 5. Total only 5 development in the whole of Toa Payoh. To be honest, we do not have a very good launch for a very long time. So this is something that I definitely think if the developer price it sweet in the sweet spot, we will see another 70, 80, 90% sold development.
However, this development, there are 40 over stories. So we are actually looking at, in terms of pricing, we have got a rough gauge of starting from price. For that, we also need to estimate how much is the per floor jump for that. I think for the high floor, can I say that we will be expecting 2007?
High floor? You refer to what high floor? 20th floor can be high floor to other people, but this high floor is 40.
I'm talking about 30-ish?
I think if we talk about 30-ish to 40, we have to be prepared for close to 3. Possible. Bear in mind, this is harmonization. If 3,000, it worked out to non-harmonized about 2,800 plus 2009, correct?
Okay.
Which Chuan Park already done 2,800 plus.
That's why Chuan Park already done it.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a possibility, and you must remember, I will share with you a bit more. Before I go into that, let me just share with you a bit about the model. Now let's see the whole model. You can see there's a lot of part here that you can see all these things.
I think we have actually the perspective in detail.
You see there's a lot of boxes. So later we'll share with you a bit more. So there's some units that will not be the preference unit. Later we'll see how. So a very short walk to
Brother MRT. Yep, just right next to Gem Residences. Project info wise is developed by CDL, and then we have got 777 units, very nice number. And expected POP is what, 2030? But I think we will be expecting way earlier, right? 2028, maybe?
I think if we put it safely, should be about 2028, 2029. I think possible 2029 because it's 40 story, you must remember. One very important thing you want to understand is this by CDL, Fraser, and Siki's House. Okay, so CDL and Fraser, this is the first time they partner. These two very major developers, and I really think that a good developer is very important, especially when in new launch you can't see one. To be honest, But if you want to understand why I say that, in resale, you go and see a very renowned developer and a okay one, you can feel the difference. You go into the entrance, you feel it already.
Actually, I don't know if we can share this, but I look up gem residences. I think gem residences, a lot of people when they come and buy this, they will reference to gem residences. And gem residences itself, right, frankly, I feel that the resale prices didn't take off much. Don't get me wrong, still earn, but it didn't take off much because of the quality of the build-up. So, I think it would be a bit unfair if we were to use that to actually determine how Orie were to perform in this sense.
Correct. Gem, the price is significantly quite low. And then people will be very concerned. So gem, high floor done 2.1. Orie, if you are going at 2.9, is a lot higher.
Yes.
But can Orie still make money? This is one of the key things that we want to also address. But if we look at gem residences developer performance, in the last few launches, I'm not saying that they build very lousy things, don't get me wrong, but when a good and a normal developer, the difference is when you go into the entrance, straight away you feel the whole difference. And you bear in mind, when people pay this kind of money to buy a property, they definitely want something that they feel very good, right?
Yes.
So all the developments that we have seen from CDL, I give you one example, Whistler Grand. If you have got time, go and see. Whistler Grand is extreme west. It's not a very good location to begin with.
Yes, correct.
You drive in, you just feel good. You just feel good. That is what you will be most probably getting in Orie also. So developer plays a very important point when you want to sell your property. Okay? So 2 blocks, District 12. So we will go to the site plan.
Site plan itself, why are we bringing out this part? Because for this Orie itself, you can see that if you are at the actual site, you can see that it's actually surrounded by a lot of buildings, a lot of HDBs nearby. So we actually pull out what's the story of the HDB for you to have a rough gauge at what story, if at a certain facing, you will get unblocked or block view. And most importantly, I think over here is that the entire development, there is actually 2 main facing. One is over here, the north side, let me put in red over here, the north side, and the other one is the south side. South side, we will be looking at city view, CBD view, right?
Correct.
Yeah, this will definitely help you in gauging. And in fact, actually, we got a drone view already. So do reach out to us if you have not seen the drone view. I think that will give you a clearer idea.
Yes, this is to actually show you, like, for example, if you look at the blocks here, right? This will be somewhere where the block is. So if you are buying the north view, anything that clear 12, 13 story, you should be clear already. Okay?
Yep.
But southern view, because of this 19-story HDB, you need to at least clear 19-story to get the full unblocked view that you're talking about. And the good thing is, gem is 38-story, which is here. We will not be blocking each other. So because your building is not going to face gem at all. Okay, so you're not very concerned by that. When you want to buy, you have to bear all this in mind. In this area, honestly, most of the developments will ask you to buy like the cheap units.
Which is the low floor units.
Low floor units, but in Orie, you might have to adopt a bit a different strategy. Later I will share with you a bit more on this. Why most is cheap and here is different. There's some important things. So for example, for EOK, right, the very cheap unit and the expensive unit, difference is about $500, correct?
Okay.
The cheapest is 2.4. The most expensive is 2.9. So now I ask you, the 2.4 and the 2.9, will the view be very different?
No, because you are blocked.
You are blocked, man.
Either way.
Maybe you pool view, you pay a bit more. I would say the 2.9 will have a better view, but not significantly better.
Correct.
So in developments like EOK, because no one will have a
super advantage over the others.
Correct. You want to buy the lower to the middle range.
Norwood Grand is also like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you go here, you also face school, face what.
Yeah.
But in projects where if you are 40th floor, the view you have, no one else can have. Then there is a possibility that paying the premium is worth it. You get what I'm trying to say? Because no one else can get the same view as you. And you pay the $500, everyone who come in can see the big differences in the things that they are getting. That's the difference.
Yep.
I heard recently, Toa Payoh got one 5-room at the peak. sold at 1.57 million. I heard from one agent, that one 40th floor, it's highest. So the best view already on the 30 plus floor. Trying to sell at 1.45 cannot sell.
Yep.
Yeah.
I am currently selling a unit on 30 plus floor. It's indeed challenging, I've got to say.
Correct. So why people are willing to pay so much premium?
The view for this lah.
There's a difference. So this one's something you have to think about, okay? And one more thing on this site plan, I think the developer is very smart in this way. Because two blocks means that there is 10 stacks on each block. Okay? Which means that there's 20 stacks. By right, 20 stacks, 2 blocks, there will only be the corner.
Yeah. Should have only 4 units per block.
For each 4 plus 4 that will have windows because the corner unit. But they built a gap here.
Between the 2-bed 1-bath and also the smallest 3-bedroom.
Yes, correct. So surprisingly, the 2-bed 1-bath come with window in the kitchen.
Yeah, we really love this 2-bed 1-bath.
Yep.
But the smallest 3-bedroom, actually one of the bedroom is block. Later we will go into that more. But it's just interesting how they plan out this entire architect.
Yes, okay.
This is the RC ledge previously that I think Alex wanted to show. So basically the entire development, some areas you might see such RC ledge, which means if you are on the lower floor, located on the lower floor, it blocks a certain amount of sunlight into the unit. And some ground floor is also like that. And you can see all the RC ledge, it differs by per unit type and per floor also. It's got to do with the entire way how they plan the facade lah. So we will go into more detail because you can see over here, can you see this part? There will be holes in between the RC ledge. My personal experience with this is that sometimes the RC ledge can get a bit dirty. Yeah,
they do this to let the sunlight come in also, but if you have RC ledge right below you, they might gather some things that is there, then you can't remove it. This is the things that you have to see every day. So if possible, these are the type of units that we want to avoid. So later we will tell you a bit more on that. So distribution, we are not going to go through very in-depth. We are going to go through here. 1 bed plus study, 78 units. 2 bed, 1 bath, 78. Then 2 bed, 2 bath, 77.
It's actually all quite evenly distributed, if you were to ask me.
The only 2 standout one is this dual key and this 4-bedroom. So all the bedroom type have 2 stacks because their ground floor don't have units. All start from 2nd floor. Some start from 3rd floor. That's why you got 77 and 78 units. So if you multiply by 39 times 2 is 78. So all unit types 2 stack except the 3 dual key and the 4-bedroom premium will have 1 stack each. That's why they have 39 each only. To be honest, this one, choosing the layout is not so much of a problem. Today our video, we will go through about layout and everything, but the layout is not the top important priority. Why? Because we only got this number of layout. So here, actually the main priority is choosing the view, choosing the floor level.
If you are going for a specific unit type, this one is very crucial in this development because we realized that in order for you to upgrade to the next unit type, actually takes very little money. You should consider.
Yep. So first one, layout.
So 1 plus study layout is quite straightforward. We only got 1 layout. Again, it's quite, I would say, a compact 1 plus study. We have the study over here, then we have the master bedroom with bath, and then we have a kitchenette and your separate dining and living area. So for this particular 1 plus study unit, it's 517 square feet, which for a harmonized project is considered, I guess,
quite big.
Quite big. So later we will show you in terms of rental yield, will it be appealing or not. This 1 plus study is also evenly distributed in each side. We have got the north facing and also the south facing.
Correct.
Pretty straightforward.
So it's here and here, 2 sides.
Yep.
And to be honest, today I just saw the show flat. It's first day they open. All the bedrooms are quite spacious. They really give quite generous in terms of the bedroom size. Even the 2 plus study, they can fit the king size comfortably into the master bedroom. Later we will talk more about that. But the 1 plus study is 10% of the unit, 78 units. We will do some comparison to gem residences. I think this is a very direct comparison, and we definitely need to bring in gem most of the time. Why? Because people who are going to buy from you in resale property next time will also be considering gem.
Yes, that's really your direct competitor, your one and only direct competitor.
Correct.
So over here, we look at the rental yield of the 1 bedder. For gem residences, right, currently their 1 bedroom is going for approximately 900K, and the average rental is 3,000. So if you are an investor today and you are looking to buy a one-bedder in Toa Payoh for investment purpose, you are looking at a 4% rental yield if you were to buy GEM residences. So if we were to take Orie's size, which is 517 square feet, multiply by 2005. 2005 over here is an estimation of the cheaper starting from unit.
So don't take this.
Yes.
All our videos here, we are going to take about 2.5, just a gauge to, not saying that it will be this price, don't mistaken us.
Yep.
As a gauge of a starting price. But sometimes CDL can surprise us. That time we do Norway, we talk about 2.2, they keep telling us 2.2.
That's true.
After that it came out 1.9 plus. But I don't say that here will be so much cheaper because Chuan Park doing so well, right?
Definitely will not price cheap.
I think they will not price too cheap. But if we take assuming of 2.5,
yes,
I think high chance top floor will be about 3,000, which means it work out to be about 1.55 million for one bedroom. Okay, so these are the gauge that we want to have.
1.55.
Yes, so to be honest, I want to be very honest in terms of the one bedroom. If you are talking about buying for own stay and you really love Toa Payoh and you only can afford a one bedroom and you really love this developer CDL and Appraisal,
go for it.
I think you wouldn't get another chance to own something like that.
Yeah, because we don't know when's the next available plot or anything like that.
Very limited plot also.
Yeah.
And if the next plot sold, will it be by CDL and Appraisal? Again, chances are not there. Will it be higher price? There's a good chance. Also, if you really love this place and you just want to buy something that you can stay, I would say you still can consider. But you want to make money, I would tell you that the chances are not very high. Why? Because GEM is at $900,000. So we will definitely miss out one chunk of buyer. Why is it one chunk? The investors.
They are very rental sensitive.
I give you a choice. 900,000 get you 3,000 rental. Let's say Orie is a damn good product, give you 3,500 rental. Even if you buy 1.4, your yield will be way lower than GEM. Also, investor will definitely not buy from you. Next time, you only can sell to who? Own stay people, because they will definitely love lah. Layout wise, you can see there isn't much of a difference also. They are definitely smaller in terms of the living room, the bedroom, because you can see GEM residences, the master have to be tucked to the window lah.
Yep.
But as a tenant, these are not important.
Yes.
What I'm trying to say is, you want to sell next time, you want to get a good rental yield, buy for rental yield, not the place to consider. You want to buy, stay, while you are staying, then you try to find the next buyer who will appreciate your house because they want a Toa Payoh one bedroom but they can't find anything. They can't find a new one, they can't find a good one, like that. So buy, move in, slowly sell. You want to buy and rent out, wouldn't be the best preference choice.
And also because for the 1+ study over here, if we compare the size to the 2+ study in terms of the area, it's only 75 square feet differences. We are talking about less than 200K top up. And the 2-bed 1-bath over here, like we shared earlier, is actually one of the best 2-bed 1-bath layout that we have seen in the market so far. The 2-bed 1-bath, right, not only that you have a proper second bedroom, but you also get a kitchen with window.
Because
it's nested in between, just now the gap that we show you.
Correct. Right? So if we take a 2,500 per square foot, same floor, low floor unit, is less than 200,000 more. Less than 200,000 more, you get one proper bedroom. Okay? Comparing to this study. Okay? You get a kitchen with a window that you can enclose. And you can see here very clearly, the master bedroom of the 2-bed 1-bath is a king size bed. So you really get a very big difference for less than 200,000. I can tell you for sure, the 2-bed 1-bath will sell first. Will sell to maybe 25th floor, then maybe the 1+ study will start to move. Because I'm a buyer, I will definitely pay this, right?
Yes.
Even if I pay 300,000 more, it's worth it, right? But now, same floor is 200,000.
If you put it into perspective, in terms of their down payment, you only need to fork out about 50,000 more for the 2-bed 1-bath. It's really very affordable. And this 2-bed 1-bath also comes with what? A separate dining area. It's not even located along the walkway. It's a proper dining on its own. So this layout is actually our top
Only setback is the toilet door lah, but you can
Too
close
bad,
it lah.
yeah.
I mean, this is a small unit, 592. 592 equates to a very affordable entry price also. For a 2-bed, 1-bath in Toa Payoh.
Yes.
I think we will be way cheaper than Chuan Park. If you are targeting 2-bed, 1-bath, 592, if you don't have queue better than 300, I can tell you there's a chance you nothing to buy. Unless you are able to buy 30th floor and above. Because the front people are clear. And the bulk purchase will clear. Maybe the 10th to the 20th floor, 2-bed, 1-bath, all clear.
Because we really think this is the best layout in the entire development actually. So just now, remember earlier we shared about the RC ledge, right? Over here, I actually put the floor plan to let you have an idea where the RC ledge is. So certain level to certain level, there will be RC ledge blocking you. Over here, later we will show you what are the levels that we have shortlisted for this 2-bed, 1-bath, how to prioritize.
So for stack 5, right? Stack 5, the 2nd to 40th floor, stack 5
should be on the north facing because at this moment all the information are not out yet. We only have got the site plan with the unit type. We don't have the stacks number yet. So I recall that stack 5 is facing the north.
So let's say here, okay, stack 5, this is the one that come with the RC ledge. So you can see there's a cross here. These are the hole that we saw in between just now. If we are talking about stack 5, which is a north facing, good chance they will be cheaper in prices because I think the south facing will have a premium because they are the city view. You should be able to see the whole city, the skyline. Maybe sometimes you will be able to see fireworks. I've seen fireworks in Toa Payoh before. So definitely there will be lesser in prices, but it comes with the RC ledge. So honestly, if the premium is not too much, I will prefer the south-facing stack, which is having the same layout because you will not come with this thing. So all these parts will be able to gather some
Dust or dirt.
That 40th story, I don't know how to clean properly, to be honest. So these are the things that you need to be concerned.
Of course, this is dependent on your queue number again, if you even have the option to choose.
What we are sharing here, very simple. It's like that. You take all this advice if you are queue less than 100, less than 200, because you have plenty to choose.
Yep.
Okay? So then I will see, I want the RC ledge or I don't want the RC ledge, correct? Then if I'm bulk purchaser, I also take all this advice.
It's really a privilege to be able to struggle, okay?
Yes. But if you are 500, 800 or 1,000, for example, I don't need to think about all these things because you don't have the advantage to be choosy anymore. That's the thing. So this is for people if you got a very good queue or if you are going through for the bulk purchaser. Okay?
So we have seen the 2-bed, 1-bath. Right now we compare it to the 2-bed, 2-bath. We are still in favor of the 2-bed, 1-bath because for the 2-bed, 2-bath, you have to top up about close to 150,000 for an additional bathroom. And honestly, the kitchen is not even much more premium than the 2-bed, 1-bath.
So what's the difference? The difference in size is very small, 54 square feet. So it's about 135,000 based on 2,005 per square foot. What you get? Additional bathroom, just now what I mentioned. But the kitchen you lose out a bit. Why? Because no window, first thing. Second thing, this is all can be enclosed. Protruding out means what? The top cabinet will be nothing. High chance there will be no top cabinet, which is only bottom. So I don't know how they are going to build this because I have not seen a sink that is like that. Then let's say I enclose this up. Then here no glass. I have to do all this. Will cost me a bit more. First thing. Second, I enclose up will be very dark because here got window different. Third, I enclose up. This corridor will be very narrow. Here different. I enclose up. The narrow part is here only. Because here I go into the dining area.
Yeah.
Wouldn't say the 2-bed, 2-bath is not good. 135,000 for additional bathroom.
But actually, there's one more thing. You have additional dining area. Because for the 2-bed, 2-bath, right, the dining area is actually you squeeze in together with the living area. But for the 2-bed, 1-bath, the dining area is really on its own.
At this side. But like I said, 135,000 for additional bathroom actually is okay. It's just that they lose out on some of the other things like there's no window, there's no this, there's no that. But if, let's say, today you have a choice, 2-bed, 1-bath is 25th floor and above, then both units that you are looking at, let's say 2-bed, 1-bath left 35th floor, the price will be almost be equivalent to maybe a 25th floor 2-bed, 2-bath. So if this is the option, 35th floor, 2 bed, 1 bath, same price as 25th floor, 2 bed, 2 bath, then you would want to consider 2 bed, 2 bath. Because if I'm at the same price point, why not, right? You get what I'm trying to say? So there will be a situation in that sense, which means the 2 bed, 1 bath and the 2 bath will be at the same price point because of the floor level. Because for Orie, like I said just now, we don't have a lot of different layout. So what's the main thing that we will have? Even the same layout, the gap will be very big because there's so many floors. I just tell you, imagine starting price for a 2-bedroom, let's say 1.5 million. Per floor, let's say jump 8,000. 40 floor, how much? 8,000 times, let's say 40 lah. 10 floor is 80,000, 360, 320,000 just for 40 floor. Even $8,000. You clear HDB, I jump 40,000. Sometimes they will do that. Why? So it's 300 over 1,000 for 1 bath. 1 bath layout, ground floor and top floor, 300 over 1,000. They just jump by about 0.5 to 0.6%. I hope they don't jump so much, but based on the prediction of what CDL usually have, it will be around that range.
High floor, 2 bed, 1 bath, I'll be seeing maybe 1.8, 1.9.
Possible. That's possible, but then you go back to Chuan Park, it makes sense.
You know, recently I went to see Arcady. Sorry, 2 bed, 2 bath, 1.7 something. Freehold. Perspective.
But the thing is, sometimes the 1.77 2 bed, 2 bath, freehold, in future still can't sell.
Yeah.
But the good ones still can move, correct?
Yeah.
So Arcady is in Balestier, right?
Yep.
Not saying not good, but I'm very scared to get listing in Balestier. Can sell very long. Yeah. Toa Payoh better. Okay?
Okay.
So now we look at this.
Yeah, we have the 2 bed, 2 bath. Basically, it comes in 2 bedroom and 2 bedroom premium. That's what developer call it. But I decided to chunk them together because it's both 2 bed, 2 bath. The only difference, or rather the main difference, is that one is a dumbbell and one is a typical 2 bed, 2 bath layout. Okay? Let's zoom down on the B2 first. B2 is 646 square feet. For this unit type, there is also units on certain level that comes with RC ledge. Okay, so this layout is also quite common, quite similar to just now the 2 bed 2 bath that we have seen. Okay, and the kitchen basically, this is the one that we showed earlier. The kitchen is basically is the same. The other one is type B3, is a 2 bed 2 bath as well, 678 square feet. This one is pretty unique in a way that it is the one and only non-dumbbell layout in the entire Orie. Non-dumbbell 2 bed 2 bath in the entire Orie. There is also, between certain level to certain level, there is RC ledge.
I just talk about the RC ledge first. So you can see here, for certain type, you see here, 11 to 20th floor, 31st to 40th floor. So to make the whole building look nicer, there's staggered RC ledge. Or certain floor have, certain floor don't have.
If it's level 11 and you decided to go for level 10, there is a high possibility you'll be blocked as well, because 11, the RC ledge is on the lower ground. So 10 will get blocked as well. So ideally in this situation, we will want to avoid, for example, level 10 of stack 10 and 20 also.
Yes, correct. So if 10 and 9 and 8, I will definitely choose 8 because 9 and 10 might be blocked by the thing on top, correct? So if, let's say, level 20 and level 21, I will definitely choose 21. Why? Because 20, you will have the RC ledge right below you, so you will accumulate all these things.
It's quite unsightly, okay?
Correct. So it's good if you really have place check and refers to this video and the certain type of text that you want to go for, because we have mentioned everything here. But when you go to the show flat, it's good that you take down the notes, you're looking at the model itself. This model you can see very clearly. The model is huge, so you will be able to see very clearly. So why take all this? So that you know what are the level you want to avoid if possible. If not possible, no choice, we still have to buy, right?
Basically, our video will just make you wiser in your choices of unit type.
But if you watch it, you're still confused, I can call so that's as simple as that, because we will help you with all the research to make sure you buy the right one. But now we go into the layout of these two units. So just now we have went through 646 comparing to the 678. So just now Joy mentioned something very important. 678 is the only traditional 2-bedroom layout in the whole Orie. There's 4 type of layout: 2 bed 1 bath, 2 bed 2 bath, 2 bed 2 bath premium, and 2 bed plus study. So the 2 bed 1 bath, 2 bed 2 bath, and 2 bed plus study is all dumbbell. only the 2-bed premium is this layout. So what is the key thing about this is that when you buy something that is different, next time when you resell, the buyer saw it, they will remember your listing because they see the rest all look similar and your one look different.
Yep.
So only 77 units of the traditional 2-bedroom layout.
Yes.
Okay, that's the plus point. But what is the thing that is not so good? First, the kitchen. Same thing protruding out. This part definitely don't have upper cabinet. So you buy the 2-bed 2-bath premium, which you are going to pay more, but your kitchen will not be better compared to 646. So less in supply, just now I mentioned.
Yep.
But your price gap is very close to the 2+ study. Why? Because later we'll show you the size of the 2+ study. Then in that sense, because I'm priced higher than my unit, there's the 646. So 646 here, this is 678. I'm priced higher. But I do not have a significant advantage over 646. Because why? Because the kitchen I'm not as good, but just that I'm rare. So I'm paying more for no significant differences. Second, I'm only 22 square feet comparing to this 2-bed premium plus study,
yep.
which they have 2 bath, 2 bedroom, nicely enclosed kitchen. Why I say nicely enclosed? Because you can see this is glass.
Yes.
Glass means that your kitchen will be bright. This is the show flat layout. You will be able to see this. I saw it, the master bedroom is good size. And you still have a good proper study. So these 2 units is only 22 square feet difference, which work out to be, if we say 2,500, it's about $60,000. So I wouldn't advise going for the 678. Why? Because you are caught in between. And you are bigger than the one that's smaller, but you do not have a significant advantage.
Yep.
Then the one that's bigger than you, slightly bigger, they have a significant advantage than you.
Yes.
Only 60,000 more, but they have a study, they have a good proper kitchen, and then it's a bit hard for you to resell because these are all your competitors in future. Bear in mind, whenever you buy a property, not just compare to surrounding properties, we need to compare to our neighbors also. Because our neighbors are all our competitors. Especially if you buy 2-bedroom, because a lot of people want to sell one 2-bedroom.
Correct.
So you have to be having advantage.
Because 2-bedroom is a good mix of investors and also your own stay people. Very high chance upon TOP, actually 2-bedrooms should have a lot of supply available in the market.
Yes.
Unlike the bigger unit types where people will begin to move in, so bigger units type we tend to see lesser supply in the resale market upon TOP.
Yep.
Which concludes our top choice for a 2-bedroom. Our top choice is actually 2-bed 1-bath. I think we have shared enough reasons why. And if we have to choose something that is 2-bed 2-bath, right? We will actually go for the 2-bedroom premium plus study because of the very small gap in terms of the price and also because of the difference in layout. A lot more space and you can tell that it is there.
You have 2 toilets plus study. You have a view. So to put it simple, this unit you go all the way up to maybe about 2 million. Put in comparison to Chuan, actually this one is still slightly better by comparing to the 700 square feet there. Because we are same size, they are not harmonized. Their PSF is at this range, correct? So not saying that Chuan is not good. I'm just saying that if you are someone who is buying as an investment, not say you have a preferred location, I would definitely go for 700 square feet that is having more space, right? Because of harmonization.
Yep. And then second option is our 2-bed 2-bath, the 646 square feet, the smaller 2-bed 2-bath. All right, let's move on to 3-bedroom layout. 3-bedroom layout. First, let's look at the smallest 3-bedroom. Very unique. This smallest 3-bedroom is located next to the 2-bed 1-bath, our favorite. Okay, so this smallest 3-bedroom, first thing first, I want to touch on the price tag. If we use a 2005 PSF, we multiply by 850 square feet. Actually, 850 for 3-bedroom is actually really compact, but it has got everything that you need. It will work out to be like less than 2.2 mil quantum. It's very cheap for this area. Because Chuan Park itself, frankly, at the back part of the queue number, right, the 2-bed 2-bath are already going for above 2 mil.
I mean, and 2.2 mil, you get everything.
Yes.
You get a 3 proper room, you get an enclosed kitchen, you get a storeroom somewhere.
You still get a store, yes.
But of course, to build 850 with everything in, they have to compromise with some things.
Correct.
So what is the disadvantage? Now let me show you. So the bedroom, this one got a window, right?
Yep.
So if you see, the bedroom should be somewhere here, the window. So which means I will see the other unit, kitchen, window. We will face each other, which means that this room will not be so desirable.
Actually very dark lah.
It'll be dark also, but you'll see everybody walk past like that.
But the price cheap.
But advantage is same thing. You can take reference from the 2-bed 2-bath from the show flat. You'll see how it look like. A glass panel that will bring in the lights for the kitchen.
But store might be very dark though. It's really in one corner.
Correct.
Yeah.
Typically, if you have a budget constraint and you want to stay in Toa Payoh, this one's something you can think about. But we got another idea for this. This is very suitable for co-living.
Yes.
So why I say co-living? 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom. If I can split one more here.
4th bedroom.
4th bedroom. I think there's some restriction of the minimum size that you need to have in your living room. This one you can adjust lah. Maybe you do smaller room or whichever, which have the access to the balcony. But if let's say in Toa Payoh, because I have done a lot rental in GEM, which is the trio key, which means each one studio lah. Trio key can fetch up to about 10,000 rental, each about 3,000 plus. Then the proper 1 bedroom may be about 4,000 or 3,500, so about 9,000.
So it's like a studio.
Correct. So master bedroom in Toa Payoh, if you are talking about HDB, you should be able to fetch about 2,000. So we take, let's say, in between. We do it this way. Maybe you can provide some services like cleaning services, all this to the tenants. Each room you possibly can rent. If the master maybe about 2.8, then the smaller room maybe about 2.2 to 2.5 range. Total, you should be able to generate about 9,000 to 10,000 rental.
So that's assuming we rent out all the bedrooms at about 2.5 each. To be fair, right?
Yeah. So if we are getting 10,000 based on 2.125, it's about 5.6%. I think this layout, if we need to do major renovation to increase rental, you make no sense. If I only need to add one wall, and very luckily, here we'll have, definitely the aircon will be somewhere here. Here definitely have one aircon. So you don't even need to do the repiping of the aircon. Everything is just nicely there for you. So you add one wall, increase your yield, rent out for a few years. After that, when you want to sell, you tear down the wall. It can be done in this way. If you are looking to invest in Toa Payoh, but the 2 bedroom is already at 1.9 million, the 2-bed 2-bath plus study. Then this one still got available, you need 2.2 plus 2.3. I might go for this more. A different perspective of the way that you can invest in this area. The trio key in GEM have one of the best rental you have seen before. I sold some units. Client bought at 1.4, 1.5 million, getting about 9 plus. Of them, they're very happy
how much
keeping.
Is the yield?
I think the yield is maybe about 7-8%. So some of them are very happy. But there's a setback. Some of my clients bought it to rent and after to sell. But I want to sell that time, very difficult because demand not so high.
And because the trio key that you are referring to, right, it really is studio. You cannot just knock down the wall and then it combine into a proper 3-bedroom. So I think that's the challenge there.
Correct.
But for this 850 square feet in Orie itself, what Alex is saying is that you can easily convert it back to the original state and sell like that.
When you want to sell, you convert back to the 3-bedroom. When you don't want to sell, you want to rent, you put it up, you rent out at a high rental. So you are in the best of both worlds.
Over here, of course, looking at the quantum, of course, is affordable, right? So right now, if we talk about exit strategy, I think what we have seen in EOK is that we were also very surprised that the dumbbell 4-bedroom actually went off, sold very fast, because it has a very attractive quantum for people who are looking at a 4-bedroom in Katong. And we also realized that majority of them are upgraders. So same thing like for Orie, for this 3-bedroom smaller size of 850 square feet, we would expect upgraders to come into this area as well. But for people who really want a proper 3-bedroom with proper layout, they may not go for this. So we want to show you, right, based on whatever the HDB prices that are ongoing in the surrounding. Actually, we will see even the HDB prices that I pull out here over here is from Bidadari's 4-bedroom, averaging about 1 million over I have not even touched on the higher tier one. Like Toa Payoh, we have got 1.5 million, and all the other more mature estates, we have got over 1 million. We can see that easily. Okay, I just want to show you
We are only taking a 4-room price, not even a 5-room. 94 square meter, and they are all transacting at over million, 1.1 million. So 5-room is another level that we are talking about.
This is just the tip of the iceberg. So I want to show you how easy it is for them to upgrade to a 3-bedroom compact in Orie. So for a lot of them in Bidadari, the 4-bedders, the 4-room HDBs, they got it around the price tag of close to 500K. And for them to sell right now is about 1 mil around there. Then the total sales proceed that they're going to get is about 758K, which means if today you were to buy Orie 3-bedroom smallest unit at 2.2, and you want to sell in future for, let's say, a 300,000 profit, right? These upgraders can easily afford it because the down payment needed for your 2.5 mil Orie 3-bedroom is only 720,000. After they upgrade, right, they still got surplus left for them.
So they don't need to fork out from their own CPF, their own profit, their own money, their own cash. But to be honest, people who buy all this prime area HDB, they would have savings lah. But we take that out of the consideration. 2.5 is easily achievable. So what we are trying to show you here is not to tell you that definitely we can sell 2.5 based on this. We are trying to show you one thing. The people here can afford 2.5, can afford 2.6, and possibly can afford up to 2.8 if they put in a bit of their own money. So the most important when you want to buy a property or you want to buy something, is this thing affordable to other people? If you talk about cars and watch, right? Why Rolex prices usually are the one that move the fastest? Because in terms of luxury watch, Rolex will be the most affordable comparing to Patek Philippe or Richard Mille. Some people who let's say make 5,000-8,000 a month. Your property, the things that you're buying have to be affordable to the people that is nearby you. Then you can sell. That's why, honestly, if I go and buy places like Woodlands, places like Yishun, if you look at last time, the property all don't make money. You know why not?
Because quite hard for them to upgrade.
Quite hard because last time all Yishun HDB is 30 years old. So they do not have the profit and the money to come in. But you see recently Yishun and Woodlands, EC, all these are the price to move.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of new BTO there. Yishun HDB can sell 700,000, which means that the people are able to afford. You get what I'm trying to say? So you have to check your surrounding whether there's affordability. One of the biggest concern in Toa Payoh for the longest time is we have all the old HDB.
Estate, yes, correct. And even this old estate, when they en bloc, right, they still give the same buyers a chance to choose the same unit. So actually, that area, we also see quite a bit of elderlies holding on to new HDBs, new BTOs.
Correct. But of course, now we got Bidadari coming up, which is very near to Toa Payoh.
Correct.
And there's a lot of supply, and they will MOP by the time you TOP, we're going to help you to exit in future. Huh?
Yep. Okay. Then, after we are done with the 3-bedroom compact, let's move on to this 3-bedroom premium. So for the 3-bedroom premium, it's very similar. The only differences, of course, is the size, is the foyer area only. Other than that, if we go through the entire layout itself, the kitchen for this size is actually quite wide, right? And then we have a bomb shelter. Over here, you can see even the dining area, actually it's a very nice 6-seater. If you want to squeeze in an 8, I think it's not an issue as well.
Then you can see there's a difference. This should be 3 meter, this should be 3.2. So you still have slightly wider for your dining to go in.
Very sizable. And then all your bedrooms, it's really proper size. Very, very good layout, I feel,
so
personally.
You still have your bomb shelter, which is like your maid's room. You still have your WC. You still have a good size kitchen. And you have a huge master bedroom. You can see the king size bed go in, still got so much space, right? Key thing, I think this is one of the best layout for the whole Orie. I think the 3-bedroom, they actually built one of the most practical layout in a way. You have everything that you need for a 3-bedroom. But this layout we got 1023 and 1044. What is the main difference? The entrance. Both have privacy, but this one have more privacy because this one is more towards one corner. But this tag, this 1044 is this tag.
North facing.
which
Which is-
should be the non-premium one.
Less premium.
This one should be the south stack, which is the city view. So let me do a calculation for you. So look at this C2 and C2A. C2 is the city facing. C2A is the north facing.
North facing.
Okay? If we take 2.5 for example, we are taking same floor. So if here 2.6, here will be 2.6 plus 3% in that sense. Because I just put a 3% premium for the city facing. And because of smaller size, because this is 1023, this is 1044, even at the 3% premium in per square foot, I'm only paying 24,000 more for the city facing.
Not a huge difference lah. But
which-
you get the city view. That's the
Yes.
thing.
What if it's 2%? 2%, which means I will pay maybe lesser in price. I will pay maybe 2.6 million, 2.608 million. I can't say that it's guaranteed 3%, but put it this way, anything within 3%, I will go for the city
South
facing.
facing, yep.
Anything more than 3%, 3 to 5%, you can consider between both because there's no advantage in anything. But anything more than 5%, I will go for the north facing first. Because this extra space, you won't be able to see it so much.
Yep.
In that sense, this is the top choice, but based on just now what I mentioned, less than 3% or city facing. 3 to 5%, you can decide between both. 5% above, north facing. Okay?
Alright. Then we go back to the last 3-bedroom layout, which is the 3-bedroom dual key. This only got one stack and is the north facing. So I think when Alex first showed me this layout, I was actually very amazed that wow, a dual key unit can be done so well. The layout is done extremely well. We do see something that is quite rare in Toa Payoh itself. You don't get to see like a balcony that is shared between the kitchen and the living room. So this one is like a landed kind of concept to have this kind of layout. And frankly, even without the studio, you can see that actually is also a proper 2-bedroom layout. And this studio comes in over here. You cannot really feel that whether there's a studio in place or not because it doesn't affect your daily use of the house. And the studio itself quite sizable. However, the downside is that it doesn't come with any kitchen lah. There's only a pantry area.
Only fridge and washer dryer.
Yep.
This one can function as a normal 3-bedroom. Honestly, when I first saw this layout, I quite like it because I feel we can use as a dual key, we can use as a 3-bedroom. Because if I want to use as a 3-bedroom, this one can be the master, this one can be the junior master. And the kitchen, if it's linked to the balcony, I think it's definitely going to be nice. But what are some of the things that I am concerned about? First thing, it would be nice if this wall is a glass. If this is a glass, this is going to be very
Looks
fantastic.
like the key residences.
Key residences. Then your kitchen and your dining will look very big because it will be combined together. But once it's a wall, I don't know because maybe of the PPVC, no choice, they got to do a wall. Then it will not be as good because when this is a glass.
The thing is that the visual impact, right, is that living is living. You don't see them as a space that is together, so it won't feel big to
Correct.
begin with. Okay.
Then secondly, here is wall also. So there's only a small entrance, which means if here whole piece is glass, half glass also good.
Very bright.
The brightness of the sunlight will all come in from here. Some of the minor setback that we have in this layout. But one key thing that I definitely do not like is the quantum. Because this is 1130 multiplied by 2005, we are looking at 2.825. If we are starting from 2.5, the second floor will be 2.825. So imagine if you are the 30th floor, you might see 3.2, 3.3
Wow.
So it's a bit difficult to swallow.
And that's only your entry price. Can you imagine if you resell in future, you want to sell like a 3.7?
Yeah, so if we put comparison to Chuan Park, the smaller tree, there's one good layout, 1033 one. They enter at about 2.4,
quantum,
2.5 million. So how am I going to compare to this group of people? That's the problem that I face. So next time, it'll not be easy to dispose for the 3 dual key. So unless you are someone that, to be honest, I think our videos, we tried our best to give the very honest feedback. I think one of my clients just approached me and say, why he actually called me up is because we give a genuine feedback in terms of all these things. We don't say everything is good. Definitely there's good, there's bad. One of the key things that I feel is we definitely will be very difficult to exceed for this one because you're too close to the 4-bedroom prices. And the bigger tree will be starting from about 2.5, 2.5 million. You don't have a clear advantage of this layout.
Unless you really convert it to a proper 3-bedroom like what you said. Just change the studio to junior master. If you're buying this for investment, it's really not super attractive lah. But if you want to buy this, if let's say when it's your queue number, not much options, and then you only have this one left and you're going to stay there, you intend to convert it to a 3-bedroom and you intend to hold for a long term.
Even I convert, I don't have, wow, they see this layout, they love it, that kind of feeling. They are willing to pay 300,000 more, that kind. So the only possibility I buy this is I love Toa Payoh. I will stay in Toa Payoh for the next 10-15 years. I want to buy something that I like and someone help me sustain some of the installment. That's the only reason I will buy. If not, I will either buy the 3 or the 4. Put it this way, okay?
Yep. Because the 3-bedroom dual key and the 4-bedroom, the smallest one, right? In terms of the differences in price, it's only 200,000. It's very little for people who can afford this kind of quantum. Yeah, and for the 4-bedroom itself, you get really proper 4 bedrooms.
And the very, very important things, they are very smart in terms of building this. First thing, the WC got window one, the first time I see it. Second thing, they put all the toilet at one side, which means all the 4-bedroom all got view one. 215,000 more, you get all the proper things.
Yeah.
I will definitely go for the 4 rather than the 3 dual key line.
Third choice, if you got budget constraint, obviously the
850.
Yeah, super duper pocket friendly. If you do not have budget constraint, the dual key is definitely out of the question. We will go for the 1023 layout.
Yes.
All right.
Now the
4th bedroom. 4th bedroom, we have got actually 3 different layouts. We have got the 4-bedroom and so the 4-bedroom plus study. So going through the 4-bedroom first, we have got 2 same size but difference in terms of the layout. Okay, the only difference actually is the foyer lah. The rest is pretty much the same. You can see them
same
side
thing
by
lah,
side.
here lah. Here and here lah.
And also maybe a small thing which is the RC latch. RC latch is just in front. One is like a long shape. Yeah.
But it's not going to affect your overall size. Like, it's just the outside, how you see it. That's the main difference that we have.
Yep.
Okay.
Quantum wise, right? Okay, if you look at quantum wise, we will expect the one that is on stack 8 to be a bit cheaper because it will be blocked.
Yeah.
Over there.
Okay.
It will be blocked. The other stack, right, which is stack 17, you will again get the city and the facing the south. So in terms of the price point, we do see there will be a huge difference actually.
So coming back to this 1216 square feet, although to be honest, you don't have landscape living, you have a portrait living. It's not the most preferred for a 4-bedroom, but because of the length of the living room and this part they actually built the dry kitchen, they can put an 8-seater dining in this way. But the distance between the TV and the sofa is about 3 meters. Same thing as the 3-bedroom. You see the 3 and the 4 is very similar. It's not huge, but what is the advantage? Very simple. This is 1216 square feet. 1216, you know, is equivalent to what, Joy?
Chuan Park 3-bedroom.
Yeah, it's a Chuan Park 3-bedroom size. So Chuan Park 3-bedroom is, I think now they are calling some of the units at 3 million, 3.1 million, which means I will have a 4-bedroom but at a 3-bedroom price that if we are at almost the same PSF. I predict we will have many units that's the same range of PSF, or 2.5 to 2.8 range. We have many like that. We will have very similar prices, but theirs is a premium 3-bedroom, which you feel the size, everything. This is a functional 4-bedroom, which you don't have the luxury, but you
But that's fine.
You have 4-bedroom.
Yeah, because people who need 4-bedroom, they need 4-bedroom.
Correct.
It's also cheaper, right?
So you have an advantage over here. I mean, if we compare, next time when you resell, this might be an advantage in terms of what you're looking at. Also, in terms of the unit, right, this will be preferred, but depending on the premium that we are paying. Honestly, let's say we take a 3 million range. If we take every 1% is 30K jump. Anything below 5, I will go for the good view one.
5%.
Even above 5, I might still go for the good view one. But remember here, you have to go for 20th floor and above. The 4-bedroom may be at the corner, so which means that even if you go 20 and below, you still might be directly blocked.
You're referring to the D1, is it?
This one. No, not D1, D2. Because there's a HDB block here, 19th floor.
No, you definitely will be able to clear already. Because the HDB in front is quite low. It is actually only 4-story.
4-story, correct. But the 19th floor will not be blocking the... We come back here, so I come back here.
Yeah, you can show the surrounding again.
Yeah, so you see, this is the 19th floor HDB, which is somewhere here. But we definitely need to go to the site to see properly. The 4-bedroom is here. So actually 4-bedroom, you don't need the 20th floor to clear. But if you are lower than 20th floor, your this side will be a bit blocked. But you'll still see unblocked here.
But of course, one thing to point out, right, is that behind this 4-story, right, there is actually more HDB blocks there. And these HDB blocks are significantly quite high, over 30 stories. Yeah.
But there's a big distance because if you look at here,
you get a good
this
distance.
is already 100 meters. EOK to the next development how far?
I know, 26 meters.
26 meters. This is 100 meters. So you talk about here, this is 200-300 meters away. It's very far. That's why I think developer might price anything below 19th floor at not so much of a premium.
Then
that is where your deal may be located. It depends on the pricing on that day. What I'm trying to say here is that for here, you buy the lower floor, anything above 5th floor, 6th floor, because you clear the HDB shop house, still unblocked. Not totally unblocked. You want totally unblocked, you go 40th floor, but you will still have quite a decent view that you're talking about. Okay, but we come back here. Top choice will still be the city view. Even if it's same floor, 5% and lower, city view. 5% slightly more, still city view. 4-bedroom people appreciate the view.
Because it's own stay, so it's very different strategy from what we're going to adopt for the 1 and also the 2-bedroom.
Yes, and plus all 4-bedroom enjoy the good view. Don't need to fight. Every time when I sell resale, the family come in, let's say got 3 kids.
Nobody want to take the last one that is got one.
This one all good, all same size one. Don't need to worry, don't need to have the problem of who take which one. Actually, you go higher, maybe you will make money. You'll make more money. You go 40th floor, maybe you make more money. Possible. I try to avoid this one because this one you will be blocked. You will be facing the pool view. This one maybe if, let's say, the D2 left with the mid to high floor, then you will have a certain budget constraint. You will go for D1 low floor for the pool view.
Okay, and last but not least, the 4-bedroom premium plus study. Only one stack. It's quite interesting how they place this stack because this stack is huge, right? Frankly, it's blocked. Over here. It's blocked by normal 4-bedroom. So view-wise, no view unless you are looking at here. You view diagonally, you will have.
See the entrance.
You will have some view, but this is quite big actually, 1,367 square feet, which works out to be 3.4 mil starting from price. But if we compare this to the 4-bedroom that we show you, right, this one
What's the
wins
difference?
hands down lah.
The difference is
One study, additional study.
the study is very nice. This
Oh yeah, the study actually can become your 5th bedroom if you don't mind putting a single.
Here wider
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
These two things you pay 400,000 more. Yeah,
And no view. The thing is no view.
Yeah. The study is very nice.
Yeah. So
Okay, put it this way. If I got this, definitely take this. Don't need to choose. If between these two, you still can think. Do I want study? Do I not study? You get what I mean? Because both no view But this one, got view one, go for that one first.
But quantum wise, should be also a bit of difference between the 4-bedroom and the 4+ study.
Yes, correct.
Which-
But some of you might need the study room But between two no view one, you still can compare because this one you still have a bigger dining, all these things. But if you are choosing between this one and the 4-bedroom with the unblocked view one, I will go for the 4-bedroom unblocked view.
Sure,
okay?
no brainer. Yeah.
Here must buy view. I tell you again, must buy view. So this one first choice, city view, south facing.
Yep.
1, 2, 1, 6.
Second choice
Number
is
one choice.
like what Alex shared just now already. Okay, so it's quite obvious. Lastly, 5-bedroom. 5-bedroom with private lift. Actually, this is the only layout with private lift. It's 1,453 square feet and 2 stacks. Very interesting, and both at the corner. Okay.
To be honest, we do not have a very grand layout, but we have what it needs as a 5-bedroom. What I need in a 5-bedroom, usually first thing, private lift, correct? This one we have. Second thing, private lift, I need to have a back door.
Secondary entrance, yes.
Why is that? Because if private lift without back door, it's not really a private lift.
And also depends on the location of the back door. So later we will show you another layout whereby the back door is just right next to private lift.
But if you talk about whether this layout is very grand, is to be honest, comparing to some other developments like High Tree, like maybe Sora, although the location, they are, like Sora location is quite bad lah. But Sora 5-bedroom layout really fantastic.
Grand, yes.
Very grand. So you go in, you just feel grand. But here you do not have this grand feeling.
Yep.
But you have the few key things, like I say, private lift is important. Second entrance is important, and the junior master is important. They have these 3 things that is there, which means that I have 1 toilet, 2 toilet, 3 toilet. So these 3 main things is that private lift, second entrance, junior master. Because usually this type of 5-bedroom will be towards those big families staying together. So they definitely need a junior master.
Yep.
And paying this type of price one, they also want to feel that they are a bit more privileged and atas, right? So a private lift is important. Okay?
Yep.
So now let's see.
The difference, we were talking about the private lift just now, right? So if we reference it to Emerald of Katong, the 5-bedroom private lift, this is where the lift is, over here, right? Then just now we talked about the back door, right? Back door is actually here.
Yeah, so the back door doesn't really work. Because back door is for what?
Right,
You buy grocery, you come from the normal lift lobby, your friends and yourself will come from the main lift lobby. You scan the card, you come in from the private lift. But this one, private lift come in here, your delivery come in here. You step into the same lobby. To talk about those people who are on the higher end properties one, they don't like people to step into.
Correct. Yeah, this like they are quite particular, and this is to show you the private lift, like how it can be better at Orie. But we also want to show you like other things that I think this Orie 5-bedder, why Alex just now mentioned that it may not be the best, because you can see that the master bedroom, the wardrobe space could potentially be a walk-in wardrobe.
Like this one.
Yeah, like this one. Yeah.
But these are additional sweeteners that you can have. But like I say, the most important is private lift, second entrance, and junior master. So you see for Emerald Katong, the junior master is not really a junior master, because this toilet can be accessible into both sides. So you definitely need a proper junior master. So I will always have certain things that is very important in mind for me, okay? When you want to buy certain type of layout. So 5-bedroom, these are the first few top things that I need. Of course, a big living room will be good, but this one do not have lah. But now we want to see one thing very important. What is the one thing?
Supply.
We got extremely severely undersupply of 5-bedroom in the whole of Toa Payoh. Joy even bring in D12, which means that Balestier.
Very little.
Balestier is
very
here.
little.
And this is Toa Payoh. So the rest of the project in Toa Payoh totally 0 5-bedroom.
Yeah.
And only 43 units, 3 units for sale now. So if you are in an area that is full of 5-bedroom, your layout need to be good or bad. Must be damn good lah, correct or not? If your layout, if your 5-bedroom is in an area there's no supply, your layout can be not bad. It's going to be able to sell and make money. Because I need 5-bedroom, I need 5-bedroom.
Yes, correct. Yep.
If there's big family wants to stay in Toa Payoh and they need a 5-bedroom, where else can they?
And frankly, if you look at the supply, only Gem Residences is considered a big development. The rest are all apartments and small developments.
We do not have the Gem Residence 5-bedroom layout, but if you would go and see, the living room is very small. Gem Residence is 1313 square feet, non-harmonized 5-bedroom.
Yep.
Got 2-bedroom is single bed. Okay, we do not have it here, but if you need more information, just contact us. We can share with you more. Living room is very narrow. It's wide, but it's narrow. It become like, I don't know how to describe that. Okay, put it this way, Orie is not the best 5-bedroom layout.
Okay.
It's a decent one. Gem is a bad 5-bedroom layout. Put it this way. Put it this way.
Gem's 5-bedroom, average to $500,000, 600K profit. Okay.
Okay.
It goes to show when you need a 5-bedroom, you need a 5-bedroom.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
so what happens
course,
when there's very little supply? Let's see.
Okay, what happens when there is little supply? I think this particular part, you probably have seen it in areas like Sora. Yeah, so for this particular 5-bedroom, or rather when we buy a 5-bedroom here, we always adopt this particular strategy called the part stay and part sell. Because 5-bedroom, honestly, this quantum is not something that a lot of people it's easy to find a buyer lah. I would say it's hard to come by, but however, this particular buyer, when you have them, they only want this unit type.
Yeah,
Okay.
warning. Do not buy a 5-bedroom here
And rent?
and expect to flip immediately at TOP. Why? Unless you got a lot of money. Why I say that? Because there will be a chance where you, in TOP, you pay the 15,000-20,000 installment and you can't sell.
Yeah, wow, very stressful.
Depending on your age, if you are younger, maybe 10,000. And we take a long time to sell. Then I will definitely advise you, don't rent out. You rent out, very difficult to sell.
Rent out the yield also not.
The yield also not good.
Yeah,
and
not
they're very difficult to view.
Yeah.
Because 5-bedroom tenants will not want to let you view the house. There's no way that you can concurrently be renting and selling. Very difficult. So you will be taking money out from your pocket, investment property every month pay. You must be okay with that. If not, the strategy is like what Joy said. I'm okay to stay in a 5-bedroom in Toa Payoh.
First, yeah.
I stay for 1 year plus 2 years. I lease at the price that is a bit ridiculous. Okay? Because I'm the only one that is selling, correct? But I'm not in a rush to sell. I wait for the right buyer coming. Sometimes you'll see some penthouses, some 5-bedrooms in some locations transact at record certain crazy prices, suddenly come on because they found the right buyer. But I cannot use this strategy with an empty house. I continue to stay there, I use the facilities, as family is staying there, slowly sell.
Still an investor, but smarter.
Yeah. So you put it into a part of own stay investment strategy for 5-bedroom. Okay? But in terms of supply, so we want to look at what other areas, what happened. So in Treasure Tampines, there's 110 units. Okay? The rest of the surrounding, there's no 5-bedroom, except East Point Green got 8 units. Also, what happened to Treasure? The highest profit done is 981. To be honest, now, anytime you want to make more than 600,000-700,000 in Treasure is very possible because they bought 2 million, now they're selling at 2.6 plus definitely
2
can
million
go.
for 5-bedroom, 3 years back?
Yeah, 3 years back.
Wow, super cheap.
And it's 1722 square feet.
Okay.
I got one unit in my owner, also selling for quite some time already, I'm so very stressed. But
The right
at first
buyer
we want to achieve 2.8 lah. So luckily he bought 2 million. Because now he's installed his 9,000. I asked him to keep empty.
So you're speaking the part sell and part own from your personal experience?
Yeah, personal experience. But that time 2 million, I never think so much.
True lah.
Still okay. Imagine he buy the Orie 5-bedroom 4 million. He's paying 18,000 there. Wow, I tell you, I cannot sleep every day. 18,000 there. How do I ask him to pay every month, right? Unless he's willing to stay there. But when there's no supply, this is what's going to happen. Now look at the next one. This is Streetscape, 39 units surrounding. Don't have, only Xinmin Plaza, 1996, 5-bedroom. So only 39 units of Streetscape for 5-bedroom. Highest profit 1.122, 787, 728, 655. Key thing I want you to see. Transaction close to 4 million, 4.12 million, 4 million, 4.55 million. Because we always think this is sales price.
Yeah.
If I buy Toa Payoh 4 million, can sell or not, Joy? Can sell 5 million?
Actually, I'm not sure.
Not sure, right?
I really don't know.
I can't say it will be easy, it will be fast. That's why I say you have to adopt the strategy of stay and sell. Okay? But now look at surrounding Streetscape. Done 4.55 million. Surrounding Inter Terrace 4.338. Surrounding Inter Terrace 3.4 million. This one should be rundown unit. This one should be a new unit.
Yeah.
People can buy 4.338 million in the terrace, but they choose to 5-bedroom.
Actually, as you guys know, I have purchased the EOK 4-bedder, right? The quantum was also about 3.3 to 3.5 range. And frankly, at the same time, I was very tempted to get Inter Terrace also. But then, what happens is that all these units are original. That's one thing. So I calculated on top of whatever I need to pay, I still need to fork out about
500,000.
500 and not even rebuild or A&A. Okay. I keep the structure just for renovation.
Yes.
And on top of that, I have to pay my money mortgage while the thing is undergoing renovation.
Yes.
Wow, then I
If
calculate.
you buy this one,
Very
you
stressful.
pay the 3.4 million installment. You
Every
tear
month.
down, you rebuild, you know house to stay, you rent a place,
Wow.
and you are paying this. That's the stressful part about it.
So I totally get why in the end, I get why people will go for the condo. Because condo, this BUC, right, I can slowly take my time to pay. The front part, the installment is not so strong, right? And on top of that, when it's ready, minimum reno. And meanwhile, while I wait for that to be ready, I can save money.
Yes.
So I totally get the appeal why this price tag can go for landed but never go. Unless at the same time, this area, the landed, maybe also same price.
What Joy is saying is what we have also run through the numbers.
Personally encountered, yeah.
But I'm not saying no one will buy landed. A lot of people will still buy
Yeah.
landed. Cash rich people, which means that my budget is original 8 million. I buy at 5 million. Can buy or not? Can, I still got the additional money. But my budget is 4 million one. Sometimes I will choose to buy condo instead because not so stressful.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I say I don't need so many people. I just need this one or two. Because how many 5-bedroom in Toa Payoh? Gem only 39,
Yeah.
39 right? 37 or 39. Orie only 78 or 77. To be honest, all those who buy Orie 5-bedroom will be for own stay. So next time you won't have so many supply in the market, but there won't be a lot of buyers, but there will be even lesser supply.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so before I end off video, I just want to run through some of the things. First, I want to also share with you in terms of your queue number. Okay, so some of the guideline that you can have when you're going for your balloting. So first, like just now I mentioned, best is to go for bulk purchase if you can. I definitely think one thing, bulk purchase is created by you also. Because why? Because you have to go and convince your family member that this is a good development that they can enter. So both of you can enter at a good price. But if you really can't find a buyer like that one, if you are looking at the 2-bed, 1-bath, just now I mentioned, if your queue is 300 and above, high chance you will buy 35 floor and above already. So you have to prep the money if you really still want to buy. Okay, so 35th floor and above, which means if we talk about 592 times 2005, 592 times 2005 to 1.5 million, then the top floor unit for the 2-bed 1-bath will be close to 1.8, 1.9.
Yeah.
It will be around that range. So you have to think about that, whether worthwhile. The small units, I will tend to not ask you to go for super good view. Okay? Maybe if that range of the 2-bed 1-bath is all on the high floor, you would rather want to go for the 2-bed 2-bath. Okay? But if you are buying 2-bed 2-bath, or you can buy all the way up to 2-bed 2-bath plus study, good chance that if you are in the first 450 queue, you will still have certain things to buy that is okay one. Okay, which means that it's not extremely too high floor. Okay, then if you are looking at the 3-bed 850, I would say the range will be also about 450 to 500 queue, because these two will sell concurrently one. This one will move first. Okay, if you are looking at 3-bed 3
Yep, premium.
and 1044, if your queue is less than 1K, I think there will still be okay unit, which means that you still have units to buy.
Really? I think quite risky.
Probably you will be looking at 35th floor. If you are more than 1,000, okay? Less than 1,000, definitely you have still unit for you to choose from. If you are looking at the 1130, this one got a lot. Slowly you can buy. Don't need to worry so much. 12164 bedroom. There is a possibility for the 4-bed facing the unblocked one will move faster than this one. There is a possibility. Okay, so unless you're able to buy the one without the block view one, then you have more choices. The unblocked one, I think within the first 700-800 queue, you might, the whole stack, or you are left with a handful of units. Possible. Okay?
Yeah.
Just a guide for you all so that you all can plan. Look at your queue number, look at what you want to buy, plan what you want to do. Okay? Then next, if you are looking at 1367, this one should, until we sell, the queue all finish, still have unit. Very possible. 5-bedroom, also no problem.
Will be the last.
Okay, 517 confirm have units for you to choose from. Don't need to think. The main focus is this one, 592, and the 2-bedroom, and the 3.
Yep.
Okay, so this is the guideline if you want to place check for Orie itself. One of the most important thing is that, of course, I would say that if you really are looking at this project, you really need to see whether you can find the bulk purchase. Because end of the day, Toa Payoh have not have any launch for quite a bit of time. There's a lot of pent-up demand here. And to be honest, in this location, there isn't a development that is going to be iconic. So this is going to be the next one that's going to be iconic because it's by CDL. And honestly, you look at all the CDL past launch, they are not going to be super crazy in prices.
Yeah, I actually got a feeling that they might be.
If they
might
give
be
a starting price, that's below what we have expected. I tell you, the response is going to be very crazy. So get yourself prepared. If you really want to get a piece of this property, really go and see what you can do from there. But if not, you can actually reach out to us if you need more advice. And if you are going in as a bulk purchaser or you've got a very good queue, I think you really need to look through the whole video.
Yep.
If not, then you can approach us. We can help you with the choosing of the unit, especially on the booking day, because you will be in a mess, all these things. So you need to have a proper planning the night before, 2 nights before. All these things need to be done properly. So we advise you what is your queue, what budget you should prepare.
Yep. And what to shortlist.
What to shortlist, and what is the price jump per floor possibly that is going to happen. So these are the things that we will go through. Okay. If not, then we will have to end off today's video.
Yes.
Joy, got anything else you want to share?
No, all's good. We will see you at the Orie show flat. Bye.
See you. Bye bye.